Welcome back to World of Warcraft, Cataclysm Classic Blind. Just doing all the same things still. Rock lobster.
Farewell.
If I could choose my last meal, it'd be definitely be fresh lobster tail. Something about that tasty crustacean is just irresistible. We recently started trapping lobsters here in Stormwind. Would you mind heading out and checking the traps for me? One more thing, watch out for the sharks, they can be vicious down there. Collect 6 rock lobsters from the cages below the docks in Stormwind Harbor. Watch out for sharks. My goodness.
Be careful.
That's a new one. That's kind of what we're looking for here. Beyond just getting the fishing levels and reward bags and stuff. The King's Cider. Also new. I think. We've done only a few of these. We could also just check the achievement. That would tell us. Anyways. I am forever in debt to our king for all that he has done for us. One thing I can do for him is make his favorite drink. Lucky for us, the ingredients we need to make this wonderful drink are located right here in Stormwind City. Apple trees can be found in every district of Stormwind. These trees are too tall to pick the fruit from, but lucky for us, the apples have fallen to the ground and are easy to retrieve. Obtain 12 juicy apples.
Have a good one.
Huh? I think we could accomplish getting the apples actually picked. That's fine. There's some. There's kind of all over the place. Yeah, that's an apple tree. This way, get on my dragon. I mean, smack into the tree a little bit. I'll get some more apples. Wouldn't even be a thing. Juicy. All right. Let's see what's in here. Caretaker. Oh, someone's just here in the wreckage. Was he caretaking the garden that was here earlier? Oh, goodness. Down. Oh, we can go towards the docks. Find more apple trees on the way, that'd be convenient. Lots of trees. Whether or not they're apple, it's a different thing. Let's get some lobsters. They said they were in pots, so we might not actually have to do any actual fishing here. Stormwind lobster trap. Rock lobster. Oh, there's the shark. He's level 15. And they gave us swim seed and water breathing for the quest here too. That's convenient. I will gladly take that. It's not going to give us any fishing levels here though. Still think we get a fishing level for finishing the quest though, so that's still something. And the XP and money and bag and everything, so that's something. I guess also these dailies will also give more money once we don't get XP anymore. They give XP. Yeah, whatever. They just keep respawning. That's convenient too. I would gladly take rock lobsters. They keep just showing up. Works. Works quite nicely. Yeah, beware of the level 15 shark here. Do need to go to the Ironforge and Darnassus spots at some point for all these fishing, cooking dailies, if we're so inclined. Real question is where fishing in Ironforge is going to be. We got like the little lake inside. Push him up here. Yes, I can. And the rest of the water will be more outside. I'm supposed to find out. Oh, what's happening here? Darkspear warriors are here. Remember. And we got Stormwind Harbor guards here. Commander Sharp.
King's honor, friend.
Why don't these trolls just deal with their problems on their own?
Go with honor, friend.
Hey there.
Don't be shy.
I've been ambassador from the Darkspear trolls. The threat we face also be a threat to the Alliance. You want to help out the Darkspear dwarf?
Okay, okay.
Maybe later, I suppose. There's definitely something happening here. Don't seem immediately hostile, so that's good. take what we can get here, honestly. Let's find these apples. Turn stuff in. Found a lot at the one tree, so this shouldn't be too bad. We'll go back to the same tree again. It worked so well the first time. Let's see if we can get the shape of the trees. Something else is already here. Waiting for respawns, perhaps. Not quite. Here is a tree. Here's apples. And juicy. So they should be all over the place. That's alright. 3 here. We got a 4th one that respawned at the first one, so we're a little bit off. I need 1 more from another one. Apple tree. You gotta take what you can get. Find 1 more here with a few apples, which should be good. Easy enough. So, swooping through town, going towards the trees. It works. It really does. I hope you'll just full line around too. There you go. That's enough of all that. That's pretty easy. I mean, it's not like any of these are particularly difficult or anything. It kind of just works.
Looking for something specific?
Rock lobster.
See you around.
Looks like you were able to avoid the sharks. Were there any lobsters in the traps? Indeed.
Safe travels.
Looks like the traps are working. Thanks, Eric Erickson. Money, experience, bag of
Have a
stuff.
good one.
Getting experience is not a problem whatsoever here. King
See
side.
you later.
You'll find enough juicy apples? Yep.
For the Alliance.
Is doing nicely, Eric Erickson. We'll get to work right away on the cider. And another
Around.
award there. Perfect. And also, 475 cooking. Which is exactly what we're looking for.
Hey there.
Now we need the 475 recipe we're looking at. For the strength bonus. This one right here. 60 strength and 60 stamina for an hour. Uses the blood shrimp. And 3 of these, which we have 4. Take that. Hearty seafood soup. Fantastic. Now let's see what one we want next. This is 500. A level 500 recipe here. Intellect, spirit, just food, parry, agility, crit, haste. You can get whatever you want here. Here's the 90 strength one. Uses crocodile tails. That's at 500 cooking.
Have a good one.
We can pretty much get there almost immediately, since we've got all the blood shrimp that we purchased earlier. And that'll also make us the new food, which will be very good. Let's pop in the bank here. Grab everything we need. And then make our own fire, because these little fires out here don't count.
You need something?
Box.
Safe travels.
Let's see some of my blood shrimp. And the cooking hat. Speed this up a little bit here.
Have a good one.
Learn the new recipe. Also, just learning all the recipes would also be something we could do. Bag of things. As a bone fishing pole. Plus 5 shadow resistance and fishing skill 30. That's better than the one we have. Yes, please. It's vendorable. Bind to us. Doesn't look like you could do anything else with it. Equip gives a plus 30 fishing. Also does shadow damage, which is definitely something. There you go. So that is new and improved. Got an elixir of water walking, a hairbrush. Nothing super crazy. Let's set up our fire here. And then do some cooking. Where was the fire at? It was in the possessions. Cooking fire. Increase the spirit of those nearby by 4. Allows cooking. Brilliant. Alright. Whip our hat. And we're off to the races. Hearty seafood soup. 60. This is the Wi-Fi's Nova is also 60. 60 strength. Create a lot. Oh, if all levels were this quick. Levels after levels. We get this to at least 500 here. We're obviously going to want as many of these as we can make. They're all pretty cheap. Not to worry about it. Got a few extra levels here. Not that it really matters. We have the new level 500 recipe that would get us much better. Because at this level, we're not getting levels too often. We're just here for the soup. I guess I might get the level 90. Fine, either way. Nice and cheap, too. Could take a little bit. I mean, really not. We already have it, basically. Really didn't need to do all that. But yeah, much better than this one. We don't need that. Put our other hat back on. I'm just gonna end up replacing this with the level 90 ones. Or level 90, level 500 basically. We'll see how we feel. Depends how expensive they are too. But for an hour-long buff, honestly, it could be plenty long. It would not be an issue. That's alright.
See you
Also need
around.
to set up the new fishing set here. Equip that. We could look at the new fishing pole here. It's bone. It has shadow resistance. It's got like a little bone on there. It's all spooky. And so, we have confirmed doing the fishing quests does have benefits. I'd be surprised if there's a new hat, too. That's something. Alright. We will save the new fishing set here. Hat. Which gives on equip plus 5 and on use plus 75. All the time. Save the new fishing set. There you go. This back here. But we don't need this anymore. Doesn't have a vendor option, so I suppose that's more of a thing we got for a quest or something. Do that. Sell this. Should be good. Water walking potion. Definitely slightly different. We got some underwater stuff we could technically use, but not too much water stuff we need to worry about. So we could use the water walking potion. Be pretty good. Get you out of the water so you can actually just start running. That'd be pretty nice. Don't typically need it. That's alright. Okay. The rest of this stuff is vendorable.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Since these are outclassed, they are auction price. Also, so are these, basically. Vendor price, auction price. We can't sell Nat's lucky fishing pole. Not as good as the new one.
Very well then.
Ain't that how it works? No, don't use it with them. You are in the way. Hello, I'd like to give you a fishing pole. Just use it in an item, starts a trade request. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Okay. On to archaeology. We're at 275. We want to get this to 350. That's another 75 levels. Really, really close to a dwarf one here and a night elf. So that would immediately be 30 levels. So, honestly, not as bad as you might think it might be. Check the map here. We got 3 southerner-ish sites here. Another thing we need to be thinking about is, does archaeology continue to other locations? And if so, how does it interact with the number of dig sites available? Still nothing of note in Northrend. If we go out to Outland, still also nothing. It should be showing the dig sites if they exist. So far, that doesn't. Would make some amount of sense to eventually have those out there. Because we are kind of getting towards the end of what would have been the original level caps. We'll see. Then it also depends how that interacts with levels, if that even is a thing. Because if it's just faster to just keep rocking around in Eastern Kingdoms, levels-wise, we'll see. Anyways, first spot, currently at Stranglethorn. Very possible to just keep on bouncing around Stranglethorn. But we had more down there the previous time we were doing that. So, gonna be more time skipping here. That's alright. We will get stuff done. Here's the first site. Also, I was looking around the achievements, found some interesting stuff. Like what the other ones are going to be. Vrykul, Tolvir, Orc, Nerubian, Draenei. Unfortunately, this is 9, and there's like 10, so I don't know what the last one is. There's gonna be scepters and all sorts of stuff. Full stories and information. Working with, just going for right now. So that does look like it should be sounding like Outland and Northrend stuff. And new zones too, obviously. We'll see pretty soon here though. Rib. Troll find. Fragments. Red, huh? That's a little bit further this way. Got these other ruins here too. Mostly checks out. Okay. You can definitely find out a lot of information by looking at the achievements. Oh, we're getting some low rolls so far. 7s. Not ideal. Not ideal. As many as we can get here. 9. Okay. That's enough for this one, though. Tooth with gold filling. Solve it. There you go. Next one's another common. Location's over this way. Looks like it has gone 2 in burning steps now. It's fine. Let's go look at the tooth. Here's a rare one. Amber. Another showing a petrified resident who appears to be a small humanoid figure. So that's one completed rare fossil. Rare fossil, yes. Nothing doesn't seem to be on it. This sells for 50 gold. That sounds pretty good. It says a frightening crack in it. And you wonder whether it was filled with gold to treat an injury, or the tooth is broken for some gruesome troll ritual. For 50 gold, I'm fine either way. This is our one completed rare artifact. If we look at the achievements here again, we're on the way towards 10 rare artifacts. We have 3. So, the other 2 are just not on the list for some reason. I don't know. All along the coast here, in the Blasted Lands. New place. Place for us. Cataclysm. Red reaches. Can confirm it is red. Well named. Or whatever. Much like our lights here, of how much further we need to go. Only goes so far. Now still red, huh? It just keeps going. The longer sites here definitely more annoying. It takes potentially longer to search for it. That's okay. Oh, this guy. Two heads. Probably. Could just be two skeletons right next to each other. Also a possibility. Fossil find. 7 again. Where's what we got? Let's see if the finds we're going to be finding for this level bracket are going to be more profitable here too. They're already fairly reasonable before. 50 gold is pretty good. It's literally got a gold filling, so that does check out. The edge here. Vultures up in the sky. Not too worried about that. Might need to be slightly worried if we start doing this in higher level areas. I mean, honestly, probably not until we actually get to Cataclysm stuff. 788. Eh. Just enough to get a feathered raptor arm solve. There we go. Look at that fish. Anyways. The map. We're over here. Go that way. And look at our next thing we found. This moves itself. That works nicely. Found a feathered raptor arm. That's 10 gold. There's definitely some money to be made here. On the Explorers League, there are those who believe that birds are descended from dinosaurs, such as this raptor. The feathers suggest some kind of missing link between the two different kinds of animals. Alternatively, this creature could just be one of the many strange monsters which infest Azeroth. Could be. Getting plenty of history from these artifacts. Down in the Ogre Mound, what can be found? Fragments. It's kind of the idea here. Oh, 23. They're definitely smaller than some of the higher level ones. Like, visual progression of enemies and all that. It all works. Let's get what we came here for. A little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. Here? Yep. This fossil's right underneath him. Alright, it's fine. Let's see. Fossil say, huh? That's alright. Slightly unfortunate that the fossil finds here don't include any buff things for extra profitability. That's alright. I'm not too worried about the money. It's just a nice bonus, I suppose. I'm mostly here for the levels. That's alright. Running around. Constantly. Further this way. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Have it. There's 7,000 damage to you. Get out of here. We just added fossil last, so not quite enough to get that one again. That's okay. Looks like we're going up this way now. That's works for me. Back on the coast, south of the Sunken Temple. Seems like we're not getting the northern side because there's like a down there now. Well, that's alright. Would be slightly awkward to try to do archaeology in actually inhabited locations. As much as we totally do go to ruins where there's still enemies there. Slightly different when there's like shopkeepers nearby. Also the whole PvP situation. Flagging and all that. Not generally what you want. Unless you do want. Notice how much further is it going to be blinking green? Sometimes I swear. Troll fragments. No huge surprise there. Oh. Another fairly large area here by the Pool of Tears. I'm interested to see if we get the new locations in completely different areas. Whether or not it's really worth it to come back to these previous locations. Depends if we're trying to get specific artifacts, I suppose. There are like achievements in here about following various storylines, which are probably going to be only from specific artifacts and finds and races and all that. Something to consider. Right now, we just worry about the levels. Awesome. That's okay. More troll fragments here. No, back this way. Kind of in the middle there. Sometimes the exact direction it points is not quite where it seems to be. That's okay. And troll fragments. Yeah, 999. That's pretty good. Enough for one here. A Drakari sacrificial knife. Solid. 290. Okay. Check the map. So we're continuing north. And look at our artifact we found. Okay, it's only showing common artifacts again. What happened to the rare one? Awesome. How do we find? It was definitely a rare find was shown there before. Not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, Drakari's sacrificial knife. Drakari tribe was driven north by other trolls, eventually settled in Northrend, where they survived the harsh elements to establish their own nation. The arrival of the Lich King was a great threat to the Drakari. One of their least sensible attempts to fight off the Lich King was to begin sacrificing their own animal gods: the serpent, snow leopard, bear, wind serpent, mammoth, and rhino. Yeah, that definitely happened. We kind of helped with that a little bit. Interesting that the Drakari sacrificial knife would be down here. Eventually. Yeah, Northrend is definitely not near the Swamposaurus. But possibly they left it there and then went to... They were there and then went to Northrend. And then other problems happened. Stitching together something of a history. Some other races have quite extensive history, as we've seen from these artifacts and all that. This way, Terror Wing Path goes down there. This is, we're in here, the dragon guys. Don't mind me. And unfortunately, they keep on minding. Slightly inconvenient. It's alright. Let's get some more stuff. Fossil find. We good? Really feels like we're going to be getting max level here pretty soon. We were just recently 84.5. Now we're like 84 3/4. All this XP we get, I'm just digging something up. It's like quest size XP for just getting one thing out of the ground. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Right. More fossil stuff. Enough to get the vicious ancient fish. Look at this guy. Okay. Check the map. There's one right over here. Head that way. while looking at our vicious ancient fish. Fish stone is protected by heavy plates of bone. The jaws are lined with hundreds of needle-like teeth. There are those who believe that oceans once covered all of the continents, allowing fish fossils to be found in locations hundreds of miles inland. That's an absolutely wild-looking fish. 10 gold for this ancient fish, 10 gold for this knife, 10 gold for this arm. It's definitely profitable. If we wanted to, we could just go around doing this for money. I wonder how that compares to doing other stuff. Never really have really even attempted making money. We just kind of done stuff and it's all worked out for us. There's definitely more expensive things that we could purchase if we were so inclined. Not too worried about it. Cross here. Oh, these guys. Thorn assassins and soldiers. Yeah, a whole bunch of guys over there. Blackrock guys. And dwarf find. I'm keeping an eye on you. Not really. Not too worried about it. They've got 2,000 health. We're getting some pretty wild number expansions here. 70,000 health. My goodness. And we're not even close to what that's gonna max out at. Probably gonna get like 10,000 extra health for getting 85. Since we got like 90, we got like 9,000 for getting to 84. And then getting actual gear instead of just things we got from the lowest level zone and one weapon from a dungeon. There's plenty left to see. It's this Ward Reaver. He's just chilling. Fine here. 776. Not ideal. Is enough though to complete the Chalice of the Mountain Kings. Very, very fancy. We read the lore previously. Now we can solve it. We're not going to spend hundreds of gold trying to make it faster. Chalice. And that is Artisan in Archaeology. We're getting to 300. We actually got to Master already. It's like it's telling us about the previous level. You've finished Artisan by getting to the max that Artisan was at, which was 300. We could upgrade to Master at 275. I don't know. What do we got here? It's a toy. That's your toy box. What is a historic sword dance? 10-minute cooldown. Okay. Added. Lots of these in here. We're witnessing it. This is a historic sword dance. They do be dancing. I will also dance. My dance is not quite as choreographed as theirs. I'm just going for it. Just dancing with the swords. My goodness. Wild. Alright. Well, that is past there. 300. One more down here. 3 more up here. Anything in Outland? Yes. Yes, there is. Okay. Now that is interesting. I don't want to play this. If we find a Night Elf spot, that would get us more levels, probably. I guess I kind of want to confirm whether or not this will get us levels still out here. The dig sites are still in existence, so I would think so. I'm not sure if any of these are Night Elf spots. That's gonna be trolls. That's gonna be trolls. That was fossils. This field here, I think that was also fossils. We could just head over to Outland. Kind of interested in that. See what that has entailed here. 'Cause in Outland, looks like it's going to be spread out across the entirety of Outland. Again, 4 spots. And we still don't have anything in Northrend because we're not at that level yet. Yeah, 300 is enough for this. We go through the portal here and get down to Shadow Moon Valley. Could be... I don't know how much the size of Outland and Northrend just compare to Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor just for flying around. Probably smaller. Well, could just be faster, more efficient out here. I want to see what kind of new stuff's there. There's definitely still an absolute ton of things we can get from the sets we were already working on here. Possibly something for later. Let's get out there. First, Outland Site. The ruins of Marie. Interestingly, I found an invisible wall trying to go straight from the portal to here. So I had to go just the tiniest bit around to where the land was actually closer. Well, that's something. Alright. So we're going to be getting new kinds of fragments here. Presumably Draenei. And that'll be new things we can find. Draenei archaeology find. Just a little chunk here. Let's take it. 10 fragments right off the bat. And the first one is 46 for a common bit here. Interesting. That's definitely more than the other common ones were. It could be potentially slower. But also could be potentially more levels or something. Because previously, all of the levels has been based on how many fragments it took. Ran this way, huh? Demon. We'll see how this goes. There's definitely plenty of ruins out here. Of all these kind of qualities. Definitely plenty of mess in Outland. Is trying to find here. 7. Okay. The question is going to be if it's going to be all Draenei out here. Because I can definitely see fossil happening. So we'll find out, won't we? Next one is over here. The Draenei Fortress. So yeah, go around Black Temple here. Just flying around. Everything's fine. They're just right here in the fortress. There's some less safe locations here. Although we are technically allied with them out on the Withering Ledge, so safer than it could be here, I suppose. I'll take what I can get. Right here, huh? Just up in the hills, kinda. Now let's head this way. It's all the way up in here. Well, this is convenient. There's some adamantite. Must resist mining all the things. Got things I need to do here. Right. They're still shackled. Orc archaeology find. Okay. I guess orcs were also involved here. That's an orc find. Orc is also at 40s. We'll see how many levels we have for finishing these. Oh. I got it spawned. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. Should really not feel like a red distance there. Yeah, I guess. close. Close. Just right here. In what would be an incredibly awkward spot. If our reputation wasn't helping here. And there's somebody else behind it. Good to not see the ores go to waste. Love to see it. And then. No, worry. We already saved you. It's fine. Are we also disguised as an orc here? Yep, Dragon Maw Illusion. Perfect. When it works, it works. Okay. Only 20 there. So it should still got the 4 different spots here. We keep moving around. Got the Nether Maw, Nether Drake. Let's get on here too. Very cool. So next up, looks like we were going out into the Bone Wastes. Looks like the dragons can stand on here too. Neat. Nether Maw, Nether Drake. Not quite what we have. That's alright. Finally got kicked off of the fly mount. Possibly because it was the dragon and we left Shadow Moon Valley. That's something to note. Gotta be careful about that. I mean, could just revert the skin, but it's fine. Yeah, we're up in here in Terracar Forest now. So we're no longer allowed to have that mount up, I guess. Whatever. We got 1 spirit tower controlled. Everybody's gung-ho for PvP here. Not really. Not too worried about that either. Spirit towers. Okay. Yeah, presumably you really would need to actually still be doing all the TPC and Wrath stuff for levels. If you only needed to do a little bit. With faster levels and just be able to do the fastest thing. Probably be more difficult to like get groups or anything for anything. And then there's also always the pay to skip it stuff if you're so inclined, I guess. We're already done with all that though, so not too worried about it. We're not too worried about a lot of things. That's good. It works. It works. More Draenei stuff here. Out here in the mess. We can finish the first Draenei artifact here. Decent size, this dig site here. Only part of it counts as a dig site. Out of the entirety of the Bone Wastes here. It's a big spot. Would be a bit much for just 1 dig site, I suppose. Plenty of rubble and ruins. 7 more fragments there. Back this way. Oh. Death Speaker. Been all over all these places previously. Doing pretty much all the quests out here. 877. That's enough. For our first Draenei item here. A Baroque sword scabbard. Also have the base history for these two. For the Draenei were originally Eridar who fled from the Burning Legion and settled on the world of Draenor, where they came into contact with the orcs. When the Blood Elves arrived, many Draenei fled again, this time coming to Azeroth, where they joined the Alliance. Solve the scabbard. And if we go to orcs, the orcs of Azeroth originally inhabited the world of Draenor, the source of most of these ancient orcish artifacts. At first, orcs were a largely peaceful people, but they turned to outright barbarity under the influence of the Burning Legion The orcs arrived in Azeroth through the Dark Portal and fought against the Alliance in 2 wars. Another may be on the horizon. Dun dun dun. Cool. That's to 315. Though still only 5 levels for that. That's unfortunate. Slightly more. It sells for 10. There's a possibility that we'll be getting less levels from the older stuff. We didn't actually confirm that. Getting out to new areas here is its own reward, I suppose. Let's look at the next. The 5 we found here. At the bottom. Not quite. We're looking for the scabbard. Here it is. Sword sheath is almost distasteful in its ornamentation. Every bit of exposed surface has been carved, gilded, or inscribed upon. It's likely the weapon this scabbard once carried was highly magical or ceremonial in nature. Alright. That's another 10 gold for any lucky vendor. Next spot, up here in the Hellfire Peninsula. Traversing Outland could be slightly more awkward. Because our only real option for teleport is to be back with the Hearthstone and then through the portal here. Could be worse. Gorgaz outpost right here. And the site is called the Gorgaz Outpost Dig Site. Right over on the other side of this wall. Essentially. Unsurprisingly, this is probably going to be an orc site. Based on all the orcs. You never know. We'll see if there's going to be fossils out here, too. Would be Outland fossils, though. So, I don't know. Yeah, orc. Some pots. This way. Got some piles of spirits there. It's probably fine. Just gonna dig some stuff up right next to these. Everything's great. There is an orc blood text. So I can complete orc archaeology artifacts with missing fragments. Looks to be on the cheaper end. Or to the other ones here. It doesn't complete as much. I can see it slightly being cheaper. Since you would need more fragments just in and of themselves to complete anything. It has just enough here. Let's see how many this would put in. Plus 12. Yeah, so they're all just plus 12. Don't need that though. A fiendish whip. Perfect amount. Solid. 320. Okay. We do have one back over here. It's technically the closest one. Yeah, it's probably fine. We come back through the portal here to get to that. That'll be better. It's gonna go this way. Let's look at this whip though. Warlocks rose to prominence. Among the orcs as Gul'dan rose to power. The succubus whip is formed of the plated flesh of several different creatures, some of them likely humanoid. Amazing. This is an awkward spot for a dig site. Hola. If you don't control this, this will be full of enemies. That make it a little bit awkward. Because again, it is a PvP kind of situation here. More Draenei fragments. I suppose it could also technically not give the site if you don't control it. I don't know how much control the randomness has here. A Draenei tome though. That can complete that. Or just be sold. Well, that's fine too. Artifacts here. And further this way. Probably means over here. Yep. Yeah, sometimes it does not really face the right way. Kind of weird. But since it was a red distance, figured it was going to be further away than that. There you go. Again, not the best showing here. It's a little bit more difficult to get these done in 2 dig sites here, unfortunately. We've only got 21 there. Even counting the ones we previously had from the previous one. Not ideal. Not ideal. Another PvP related area here at the Twin Spire Ruins. Again, another great time to be on a pretty much one-sided zone here. One-sided server. Everything's alliance, everything's great. We're just perfectly fine here. Basically encompasses all this area. That's alright. Inside here. Possibly. Try the other side here first. Yeah, it is further. That's okay. Get all the random buffs as we keep going to different locations. Got more damage. Sure. None of that really matters for archaeology, of course. That's great. Go in the middle here. Right on steps. Over this way. Yeah, plenty of things to be found in various battlegrounds. So it does make a bit of sense here. Not too crazy. The experience of a PvP server. That'd be very different. Not really what I was looking for. And I'm still not looking for it either. So there you go. And here we are. 997. Just enough. A dignified portrait. Solve it. Alright. All these are 10 gold. That's pretty good. And the next one's just right down south. Got kind of a traveling salesman problem here. Fastest distance to each location. What's the best order to do stuff? But then you also need to consider that they will pop up in the next spot, so it's also something to consider. Over here. Look at the lore for the thing we just got. It's a very serious oil painting of a very serious Draenei gentleman. While the artwork overall is flattering, you get the sense that the artist thought his subject was quite the jerk. You can see at the very bottom edge of the frame that the gentleman was not painted wearing pants. Wild. Somebody would pay good money for that painting we found. Future question is going to be, what is things worth continuing to look into? There's definitely the lore implications for the achievements, more information that those have to offer. Then there's also what finds would be the best. Or stuff we don't really have the full information on, of course. By design and intention. Wouldn't be much of a mystery. We go just look up what we want to be focusing on here. Could get a lot of stuff. So far we've found some rare things, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's in a good position for the next one here. I mean, it's really pulling us back south here. It's going all the way up to Netherstorm for 1. That does not sound like a good strategy here. Okay. So I'm not entirely convinced that this is a faster location to be doing anything. Because it takes roughly 10 more fragments for the same amount of levels. Again, still assuming that we would still get 5 levels from these common ones here. Maybe something to check out when we get back out to Stormwind at some point. confirm our information here. Would be a bad plan. The Burning Blade Ruins. It's our next stop. Some more ogres. Just all up in here. Not one shot in them anymore. Noteworthy. Not quite the damage needed for that. Got some reputation. That's alright. And some orc fragments. Which is also good. Not ogres. Orcs. Slightly different. A few auto attacks still get rid of them pretty effectively though. It's definitely not difficult by any means. And another one. All fairly close by together here. It's not exactly a large dig site, so that's alright. And orc find. Got another one of the orc bits. This is 25 orc. That works. And we've got two more back in Shadow Moon, so you're definitely going the right direction right now. Same spots. Kolskar and Warren's Gate? No, different spots. We all sorts of different spots out here. That works. Haven't found any fossil finds out here so far. Wouldn't be surprised if there's not any. Plenty of ruins. To actually have ruins in all this. Around here. Scavengers. All about. It's gonna be Draenei finds here. Yep. Yeah, the level is getting here. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. That's pretty neat. You stay inside the dig site bounds here. Run around. Find stuff. We find a find. No, this wants to fight. Rude. 9 and 9 fragments. Not bad. What do we get for our third? So it's not been going up to a higher number of fragments, which would have been appreciated for the increase to the number of finds, the number of fragments required per find here. That's right. 10. Yeah, that's pretty good. Enough for the next one. A carved harp of exotic wood. Solve it. 330. Now there's 3 over in Shadow Moon. That's fantastic. And about that harp. Small harp was held in one hand, like a lyre. It has deep wooden sounding box with 7 strings knotted around a tuning bar. It's good at playing music, but seems to only produce sad, melancholy notes. A sad story indeed. It is Shadow Moon, the Stranglethorn of Outland. Because we're getting just tons and tons of sites here. Seems to be both of them, so we're not just getting one specific thing in overabundance. That's okay. Kolskar guys. Here, Kolskar point. Running around. Archaeology would definitely also not work very well with multiple people trying to do it at the same time. Because you'd be running all over the place. Unless they're all predetermined. But then you do a few when the other people aren't. And then you're all off kilter, even if it does try to stay in a pattern. I wouldn't think there would be a pattern to where the next site's gonna be. Keep some randomness going. Random fragments. And one more for the road. Nice to this thingy. It's doing all sorts of stuff. Drana fragments. Not enough for the next one here. Let's go to the next one here. Back to the ruins of Mari. This one's moved over to Sunspring Post. This one up here is at the ruins of Feral Home. Oh yeah. Lots of stuff. Lots of ruins. There's never any shortage of ruins. That's for sure. Just gonna walk around you. Don't mind me. This should work. This will give us more Draenei fragments. Just walk right out of the way of him. We don't have as large of a level difference on guys out here. 70 compared to 84. It's still a bit though. And they're not a threat whatsoever. A red sign here. This way. Go. They're just trying to excavate stuff here too. We're after only specific pieces though. Like this one. That's enough for another find here. A strange silver paperweight. Solve it. Alright. Ooh, we got a rare here. The last relic of Argus. This is a simple Draenei crystal that appears to be thousands of years old. You're fairly certain that is not of this world. It takes 130 fragments to make a rare Draenei bit here. That's quite a few. Oh. Did it? 3, 4, 5. I guess I have one more here. Worth checking before we leave. Draenei. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Oh, one more. Thought I might have been done there. That's alright. We do still have the next one right down to the south here, too. Right here. Inside there? Probably not. Okay, now that's all of this. Right to the south here, at the Warden's Cage. Look at our paperweight we found. Get a larger list of stuff here. This object was not used as a Draenei paperweight, and you have no idea of its function. It appears to be a blob of petrified mercury with one flat side so it can sit on a desk. It's just a blob of mercury. Got it. How much does that sell for? 10 gold. Weird fish? Harp? Portrait? Mercury? Turns out, all 10 gold. Next spot here at the Warden's Cage. There's a fell boar just hanging out. That's aggressive. Not super aggressive though. Orc find here. And another one right here. Convenient. Convenient. Fly over this way a bit. Got demons. Nonsense. Even more demons. I was wandering around, not worrying about it at all. No demons are gonna stop us from digging up some archaeology finds. That's enough for a level here. A gray candle stub. Oh boy. How exciting. 340. Come. Alright, next spots are all the way over here. It's gonna be a bit of a flight. That's alright. Let's look at our candle stub. 29 candles were used to summon the Dreadlord Asagrim. 28 orcs were slain by Asagrim, for Chieftain Hargal finally dispatched him. Sounds like a dangerous plan. There's a nice, good line of sights here. What's less good is the value of the candle, which is only 5 gold. Which, I mean, for a stub of a candle, that's still pretty good. I'm not gonna complain about that. Obviously, other stuff would be more valuable. Are we saying this is one of the candles they use for the whole summoning business, or is it just a candle? Hard to say. We found a candle. Can't like to see it. Is it inside here? That's a wild spot. Hey there. There's some dead guys here. I guess those are the villagers. So they're just always dead. Orc finds. Back out this way. Yeah, so far it's just been the two. Seems to be the case here. Let's just bring up the question of what these ones are going to be. We know one of them was Vrykul. So there's going to be 2 there, 2 Cataclysm. Seems like a lot of different unconnected locations for the Cataclysm areas. I don't know what the overarching theme would be for their sites. So we'll find out, won't we? It's back inside again. How slightly inconvenient. Or Blood Raider. Get out of here. Walls actually in the way. Slightly less good times. Not enough for the orc one. Next one should be them. Can we fit through this door? Answer is yes. Alright. And that one moved over here to Hellfire Peninsula. Yeah, 2 more here. All these different dig sites. Laughing Skull Ruins. Alright. I think I'm definitely going to check to see if we still get levels from the earlier artifacts and stuff. It's just requiring fewer fragments. I just feel like it could be worth it. It's not like the travel times out here are short or anything. There's still plenty of stuff. Alright. Here's these guys. Sent over the Ring of Blood here. That was the thing. Orc find. We're not here for the Ring of Blood. We're here for archaeology. Very important. Very cool. Right. Even further. Doesn't look like there's going to be archaeology in the TBC, but in Azeroth areas. We'll be able to fly everywhere, effectively. So that's nice. So that's like a higher level area, but also a lower level area. So lower level area is just newer. Blood Mist, Azure Mist, Ghostlands. One more to find here. These guys. Definitely takes a bit. Definitely takes a bit. We're getting nearer to being done. It's a work in progress. Orc find. Skull drinking cup. Amazing. Ain't that something? Oh, we got another rare here. Headdress of the first shaman. You found some scraps of a cowl fashioned out of a wolf's head. And yet, for all its simplicity, you suspect that this item is old, important, and powerful. Very cool. Next site is this way a little bit more. Fortunately, now in kind of the situation where we need to finish a rare in order to get another level out here, which is unfortunate. Let's get information about this cup. It's a skull cup. Comes fierce looking. There's a design flaw that liquid keeps dribbling out of the eye sockets. So thirsty. Some things need to be sacrificed in the name of scary cups, obviously. It's worth it. It is worth it. So it looks like, yeah, we're going to be completing a rare here. If we want to finish out here. We could go and gamble on being able to get levels from the earlier ones. Head back to Stormwind right now. Go find something to finish one more set. Also gets us more levels out here, though. And a rare is slightly more interesting, all things considered. Gonna be many more fragments, though. And many more XP. We're getting close. Tens of thousands of XP at a time definitely does add up. That's for sure. But yeah. And the rares are even more fragments, too. Which is also slightly unfortunate. Further. 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 And complete. Where do we get duplicate rares? Not showing any of it. Lots of them have been like toys that didn't even have like a sell price. It's possible that there's no repeat rares. Yeah, we need another, quite a few to get that. Got two back down here, one over here. We'll go this way. Next, Grangolvar Village. Got shadowy executioners hanging out. It's probably fine. Gonna fly around here. Get what we need. Doing magic. Walk across the water here. Not actually walk across the water. Sold the water walking potion. Let's make it over here easily enough. Damn it. Orc finds. Orc fragments. Just thinking potentially we got both of the rare ones ready to turn in. We can get stuff done here. Oh my goodness.
Not ready yet.
Y'all leave me alone. I'm trying to do stuff here. Rude. Rude. Anyways. You don't belong here. Yeah, I know. It's fine, though. I think you'll find that it's fine. We definitely came in here with a disguise previously. We're like right on the edge here, but it's pointing out. How wild. And one more here. Kind of like right along the edge here, it seems. Or this one. Just look around in all these corpses. this way. No experience for fighting any of these guys. They are far too low level. I think it's these roughly both here. So we kind of just need like 100 more fragments from both of them. That's a bit. Gets the job done though. Next section. This time actually going down into... Walking down. The eastern half of the Ring of Observance. We'll see if that's going to be only inside or the lowest level. We're also going to be in the upper section here. It's definitely part of the dig site. So it could be. Ball guys. Just a whole bunch of mess. Definitely can find some stuff here. Although it's likely to be very broken. Or with the whole giant explosion and all that. Really tends to mess things up pretty effectively. Those giant explosions. We search on the platforms here. Anywhere counts. In theory. It's gonna be very awkward terrain here. It's still red. Ow. Every direction. Okay. It's kinda near here. It's kinda that way. Is it kinda that way up or kinda that way down? Is the next question. Red. So probably down, I guess. Verticality is not making this easy. Over here. Ish. Other side of this wall. Okay, closer. This is a toughie. Draenei fragment. Alright. Yeah, this can just be on the ground level here. That'll make everything easier for us. Technically that one was. So just come down to the ground level to start our search is probably for the best. Could be up above though too. Some more there. Alright, red. Try on the floor here. I can try up. Red and this way. Yeah, this way. Let's try up here. Yellow. Yep. Definitely better. Definitely better. Right down here. There you go. Okay. This is one of the more interesting dig sites we're going to have to deal with. That's okay. Next one is just outside of this whole explosion. Bone Chewer Ruins. Or orc stuff. It's being mostly even between these. So that makes the idea of getting both of these rares ready to go sound good. It also gets us all the way to the end of this level. And then popping up to the next level, we can just go to the next areas. Which probably should be Northrend. One would assume. Just getting all this done. For varying definitions of done, I suppose. Done enough. Definitely looks like there's going to be a lot more that can be done than needs to be done. Just for getting the levels here. That's okay. Extra stuff to do. And yellow. It's better. What else we got? And even further. Orc find. Nearby again. Love that. Right, buy this peon here. There we go. 10 fragments. Very good. About as good as we can get here. Still. It's looking like it could be the best we're gonna do. 10 fragments. That's fine. One more to get here. Just walk past you. Don't be so rude. Our auto attacks are definitely not quick. So we get for having big two-handed weapons. I'm fine with that. It's all good. You're dead. Okay. Yeah, 57, 56. Definitely getting there. 2 up in Hellfire Peninsula. Let's go over there. Back to Gorgaz Outpost. Definitely getting repeats. You can't have an infinite number of different dig sites. There's only so much land, for one thing. So many different spots of interest. Definitely a little bit outside of the ruins here, though. For this one. For this individual fragment bit here. Find that. Let's also look at the amount of XP left. It's not a lot at this point. We're definitely getting there. That's for sure. Do this. Just walking around. Okay. Further here. And this one. 8 more. The more fragments we get, the less dig sites we're gonna need to go to finish this right now. So, that's something. We also get more XP for the more finds we need to find this here, fragments, everything. It's not gonna give any unfortunately, it doesn't also give XP. It gives XP, but it doesn't give gold too. So the XP is not going to be transferred into anything else when we're done here, probably. That's unfortunate. Zethgor is the next spot. One back here. Down the Bone Tree Ruins again. Back over here at Sunspring Post again. Still have not made it up to Nether Storm here. Because none of them have really went to the Blade's Edge Mountains or even northern Zangar Marsh or Hellfire Peninsula. It's just been the way it's been moving around here. It's been something. Alright. Zethgor. More orc stuff. We definitely want to stay until we get both done. Because just the amount of fragments we'd kind of be wasting if we didn't. We do still have the Night Elf pile of fragments that would be really good to get that finished. It's just slightly uncommon. This hasn't really worked out for us. Or here. Another 30,000 XP. It's probably not the intended leveling method. Go do one zone, and then archaeology, and then you're done. Multiple paths, I suppose. 'Cause we're still gonna go to all the other zones. Obviously. But just one bit at a time here. Okay. Interested to see what these 2 rare artifacts are going to do for us. Could be a lot of stuff. So far, it's mostly been random toys and things. That's okay. Yeah, obliterate by them. Find to find. I find that's fine. Back in town. To these spots again. We're getting a bit of a overcount on the orc fragments here, unfortunately. So this means it'd be even more to get the Draenei fragments we need. We will see. We will see. We can still hold extra fragments, of course. So, technically, we could get some common ones after if we get too many. And it'll all work out. At some point. Orc find. Another one of those. Get a lot more of these orc bonuses than the Draenei ones do. So that's something. More orc fragments here. And one more in this dig site. Right back over where this previous one was at. That'd be fine. Around here. I can work with this. And nobody's even bothering us. We stayed far enough away from them. Well, that's nice. Alright. Next one is in the bone wastes here. Been there before. It should be Draenei. We check the totals here. We're 2 away from being able to finish the orc bit here. And quite a ways away from the Draenei one. Suppose if we get extras here, we'll be able to see if at least these ones work once you've gotten to the higher levels. Still good information to have. Bone wastes. Yellow feels like we can pretty much walk it. That works out. Unless it's yellow again. Hey. These guys. Trying to find more XP. If we need to get more XP to get more fragments here, pretty much finishes it, I guess. Pretty much finishes it up. Oh, just the bones coming out. Goodness. Fantastic. And slightly back. Alright. Well, more than slightly back. Back over this way. Draenei fragment. There's another one. Draenei tomb. Probably just sell all these once we're actually done. Just get the grand total. That'd be cool. Of course, then we also kind of wait a little bit longer. Still haven't seen anything higher than rare. Let's see if that's really a thing. Or not see if it's a thing. Depends how rare it is. If it's rarer than rare, I don't know. I feel like there would have to be a large end milestone you're working forward towards with the level in here. Okay, where are we going next? Got 3 all very far away from each other spots. Great. Just what you want. I'm gonna go to... Somehow managed to rediscover everything up at Terok's Rest. That's something. Eclipse point here. We'll line around. Looking at stuff. They're all doing their thing. Not gonna worry about that. Far up this would go a little bit further. Got their crazy crystals and all sorts of nonsense. Yes, sir. Nonsense indeed. Further. Further. Draenei. Perfect. We'd like more than 6. That's alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, Eclipse Point. This has been quite a bit. Obviously. But once we're done, we're gonna be done. And that'll be great. I mean, we would definitely be able to continue doing more archaeology. Just to get other things. But that would be a project for much later, I would say. Once we're done with this, we're gonna be done for a while, I would think. Because it's been a lot. Huh. Well, we're fine at this dig site. Over this way. Walking around. Doing fine. Right in the corner. Let's go for it. And a run away from the Dragonhawk. Perfect. Alright. These are awkwardly spaced. This one would, at Hellfire Citadel, that would definitely be an orc spot. I'm going to just on the outside here. Good enough. Next set of ruins. This time with ogres in it. Bleeding Hollow Ruins. Yay. When you're searching for 2 different rares at the same time and you can't find anything else, you definitely get a long time before getting any new things. This was an orc spot too. Guess that does finish that then. So we really need more Draenei spots then right now. Possibly even 2. Probably won't be coming back out here once we hit the next level bracket. That's kind of how this works. So we found. So this is orc stuff. Orc stuff. Okay. And then complete the headdress of the first shaman. What can I do with this? It's old, important, and powerful. Sounds good to me. And that's 360. That's enough. It's purple. Interesting. Blizzard account bound. Interesting. Head item with armor, agility, stamina, all the colors of sockets. On equip, improve hit rating, critical strike rating, and on use allows you to see far into the distance with a 1-minute cooldown. Well, that's fascinating. As far as bonus, requires level 61, so it's definitely not a stronger helmet. This on use, see far into the distance. It's fascinating though. Let's get up to somewhere and see what this looks like, looking far into the distance. Look over Nagrand, I suppose. Okay. So we can see pretty far here. Let's put on our new fancy helmet. Yeah, we don't care about any of the stats here. That's not going to be useful. There's a rare. Comes out as a here. Well, that's a pretty cool looking helmet too. Let's zoom in on this. It's like the other one of these kind of helmets. Even more fancy. Now, let's try this look far out into the distance thing. That's interesting. Click to socket, disenchant. Put on the bar here. Oh, look at this. We can view. Failed. No path available. Select on site. No path available. What kind of site path do we need? How does that work? Let's get down to the ground level, I guess. This is an odd one. Well, if we have to be further down, we can't put it as far. Alright, we're seeing from over here. Well, that's interesting. We get some cinematic shots with this or something. How neat. Unfortunately, it didn't work to show us things that we couldn't walk to. So it does have some limitations. It's definitely something. Definitely something worth keeping, I guess. What if that's the same requirements and limitations as other seeing around kind of situations? Very cool, though. Very cool. Okay. Next up, we're heading back to La. That should be so we can use. Get more of the Draenei fragments. Definitely went a little bit extra, getting all the way up to here. Because this is going to get us to 375 and probably even 380 if the next regular orc one also gives levels. I guess the reasoning, is that the same for other skills? It's been a really long time since we've had to level those up any. But the extra 25 that you have available helps when you get 15 levels at a time here. So that works out nicely. Since we found something of interest here, it could just be that rare is the rare that it is. There's no, like, super rare. Could be, though. All depends. Let's get some more fragments here. Draenei. 10 fragments. Beautiful. Behind here, kinda. Let's go on the other side. That'd be too far. Yeah, perfect. Very good. And back the other way again. Okay. 10, 7. And right here. Well, right here. Right here. It'll work eventually. And the tome. We are perfect amount. Awesome. So we can finish this then. The last relic of Argus. A fancy crystal. Solve it. Master in archaeology, bringing to 375. What do we find here? Soulbound. Use. Teleports you exactly where you want to go. If you aren't too picky, 12-hour cooldown. One of the few things the Draenei were able to take with them on their flight from Argus. Teleports you exactly where you want to go if you aren't too picky. Well, now I'm curious. That is an interesting thing. We could vendor it for a gold. Teleport with error. And it teleports us to... This is amusing. Teleports us to the top of the Blasted Lands, where all these guys died around this magical bit. And what's that? A 12-hour cooldown? Wild. Wild stuff. That's Hearthstone. Wait, we got a good spot here? I think we could do from here. This would be a fossil site. Yeah, that would do it. I'm gonna go over there. Let's get these chest fragments. These will be fossil. It should be. Where the last time we were here? And that'll be enough to finish a fossil find. We'll get some information. Fossil fragments. Kind of walking right next to us. The little one-shot things does also speed this up in the lower level areas here. Okay. Right over here. Got the unused helmet here. I need to be wielding it to actually get the use. Seeing further. Right here. It's a shame it didn't work when we could actually see further. Depends what counts as a path, I guess. Anyways. 7, 7. It's fine. Gonna be enough. If it's just random 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The average would be 8, so it's probably around there. That and head out. Okay. Perfect. Everything's perfect. Teleport. There's areas that count as base anymore. All this out here is Cataclysm. Anyways, let's go and get the next level here. Let's fly up above things. We need to kind of think of our hitbox as being the feet. To travel by feet here. For where we're actually standing. Once more, we return. Train me to be a Grand Master Archaeology. Requires level 65 in Archaeology 350. Yep. Train it. Last one is at 425.
See you later.
Okay. So, real question here. Finish this fossil for ancient shark jaws. Yep, works. 380. So we can just go wherever we want. Achievement earned. Digger-er. Even better at digging. Amazing. Was that like 50 or something? Yep, 50 unique common artifacts. Oh, this one's 100? My goodness. Yeah, there's levels of these. That's a lot. Okay. Information on the shark jaws. There are in fact shark jaws. We already had one before. Perfect. Go and sell all of our finds here. Put the other things in the bank. And then, as you might see here, we are very, very close to the final level here. As much as that's something we were really worried about.
Honored, I'm sure.
Sell some stuff. 50 gold. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5, 5. Let's sell the cloth here too.
Very good.
Okay. So yeah. We're going to be getting
How are you?
max level from a very
See you later.
obvious source of we're going to be doing the dailies. We're going to go catch a couple fish. And that'll be it. And then we just need to do all the actual things. But also did see the spots are now available in Northrend. We'll head that way. Next time, goodbye.